convincing fashion.
Right. So just about 25 minutes before we head into the toss, so we have enough time to pick the brains of both Venki and Kiran right now. Let me take you through the names, take all our viewers through the names of the people who are out of this tournament. Hardik Pandya with a back injury is out. His replacement, mind it, as the BCCI says, is Deepak Chahar, who swings the ball, but his batting average is 18 and 13 in List A and first class cricket. Also, Akshar Patel, he's got a tendon tear in his left index finger. He's been replaced, interestingly, by Ravindra Jadeja. Like for like replacement? One doesn't know. Shardul Thakur has a hip and groin soreness, so he has been replaced by Siddharth Kaul. Interestingly, Siddharth Kaul was there in Dubai. He left just 3 days before. He was one of the net bowlers. Now, the question here is, from the looks of it, India likely to go in for Ravindra Jadeja in place of Hardik Pandya for the game. That's number one. The second thing, let us go back a little bit in time and look at why, or rather when, Ravindra Jadeja was dropped. He was dropped because they wanted to conserve him for Test cricket along with Ravichandra Ashwin. Then why bring him back now? That's one. And why not Krunal Pandya? Why does he still not get a game?
I think looks like a last Test match the way he performed. They think that Jadeja is a man to really look for, and they have got him back. In the cricket, selectors always believe in the experience, and the young person like Krunal to get in there, it's going to be a difficult one for him. But he's still waiting. I think must be disappointed also. And I feel Krunal should have been given opportunity. You have seen Ravindra Jadeja, but Krunal can give you good balance to the team. He can bat any number from 3 to 6, anywhere he can bat, and he's a guy who finishes the game. That's very important. And plus, he's going to bowl 8 to 10 overs. So I think once you try some cricketers, at least you have an idea that which team, what balance you're going to get. Like
correct.
Like Kedar Jadhav, he's given surprise to everyone. He's come and bowled nearly 18 overs, 17 overs, and he has done so well. Now everybody started talking about Kedar Jadhav. He's fixed in the team. He's using that sixth bowler. And he can bat quite a lot, and he can win matches for you.
Correct.
So I think Krunal should be given opportunity. That's what I thought, And we have seen Jadeja enough. You can bring him anytime. If you feel like, you can always bring him back. There's no problem.
So that means, as you rightly mentioned about the replacements, that would add to the, the worrying woes of the country, of the team on the whole. As you mentioned about Patel, Shardul and Hardik. On the whole, that would have an impact on the performance as well?
Well, I won't think so, because we have got an extremely, potential players in India playing cricket. So we can replace any player for that matter. So I mean, look, if you're talking about that, Virat Kohli didn't play, but still we won against Pakistan quite convincingly. But my question is, why are there so many injuries? What could be the reason? Is it because of the player management? Is it because of the injury management, or what exactly it is? So I'm not very sure why players are getting injured continuously. And of course.
Very interesting point. Very interesting point you've raised. Yeah. Very interesting point you've raised.
Yeah, or is it? Or is it because
or
is it because Or is it because they're playing too much of cricket? Yes, we need players to be playing cricket. Of course, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
They need to be in form, and they need to sort of keep their skills going. There is India A matches happening, under 19 matches happening, and there is a Ranji Trophy. The domestic schedule is happening. The international cricket is happening, and. In a way, it is good to keep them all motivated, okay, to keep them all in the, playing fit, but is it too much?
Right.
So that's something I think which the player...
I think scheduling is very, very tough. I think they played IPL, they went to England, played for 3.5 months, and they come back, and within 5 days they're in Dubai, and the conditions are difficult in Dubai. If it was England or you were playing in Bangalore, still the conditions are beautiful, They are so nice and comfortable. But playing in Dubai, it's hot and humid, You're playing in 47, 48 degree plus humidity is quite a lot,
I think
so that makes it very
absolutely.
tough.
See,
look, all the teams are suffering.
No, I think you guys, both of you guys also need to take a closer look at the amount of matches players are playing these days. We all know Virat Kohli possibly has played the most number of games across formats, but Hardik Pandya, well, he's played 68 days of international cricket, which includes 44 international games for India. across all formats. Possibly, some would say it was waiting to happen.
But
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. In terms of how's their fitness regime going, how their load is monitored, their fitness load or the bowling load or the practice load. Are they practicing a bit too much? The bowlers are bowling a bit too much. Or, of course, I completely agree in one thing that we cannot wrap them in a cotton wool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, you need to also know that the players shouldn't be working a bit too much so that they're fit for the major tournaments like this.
If you see the cricket calendar before the World Cup, it's all jam-packed.
Exactly. So you've got to keep them fit, isn't it? So that is one. At the same time, they need to be playing cricket, but their load has to be monitored. And who's doing that?
Who's going to do it?
Is the support staff doing it? If they're not doing it, and why they're not really coming or being open with the players' injuries?
Right.
That's not been transparent there.
We saw it in the case of, as far as I remember, most recently in the case of Riddhiman Saha, there was a fair bit of confusion. But coming back to the guys who are playing and the Ravindra Jadeja question, of course, with that terrific knock and 7 wickets in the last test, he surely deserved a chance in the first place. The fact that when Jadeja comes back, how do you look at it? Because whatever the selectors or the team management are doing now is like looking at the future, looking for the World Cup, doing things, keeping the World Cup in mind. You don't get too much to play now. Is this a stopgap option, or do you think Jadeja is figuring in their World Cup plans? Because if that is the case, then our pool of all-rounders increases. Kedar Jadhav, Hardik Pandya, as well as Ravindra Jadeja.
Yeah, of course. I think. According to me, I feel that the Krunal should have given me an opportunity because he was on England tour, and he was in a T20 team, So when Akshar was not there, Akshar is not fit. So I think Krunal can get an opportunity here. But they got Jadeja back. Jadeja is not a bad cricketer. He's a good cricketer, and he has got a great talent. His batting, bowling, fielding, outstanding. He has not done well in ODIs. I think for me he's one of the top cricketers. But when you don't do well, there is a second person waiting. He should be given opportunity. That's what I felt. But they are looking at Jadeja as well. But if you are given Krunal a chance, then you have Krunal, Kedar, Hardik and Jadeja. So you have a choice then. Something happens to like Akshar Patel. Poor guy, he's got injury also. So I think there are 5 to 6 guys. The pool you should have 5 to 6 guys.
Correct.
Because the scheduling this year is too tight. Now we are playing test match from the second, So after we finish, we come back. 29th, 30th, they are all 30th. They're assembling in Rajkot. Rajkot is going to be hot again.
But we can say, team management must be having a tough time in finding the right combination so that they can at least cement their places.
I think it's not a question of winning here. Now you're building, you look after your players also. That's what Venki said. Man management, players management is so important. How the workload, If somebody has played enough fast ball, that Bhuvneshwar Kumar is going to be key for your World Cup. Make him play, give him a break. Doesn't matter. These matches are not important winning now, Playing against West Indies and all those things it's not important. You save players for the test match because the event is huge. Something before the World Cup, if you lose 3-4 players, that will be a big dilemma.
Yeah, absolutely. This is where I think Virat Kohli made a very good choice of not playing this tournament. So he knew that
he's a captain, he can make a choice.
No, it's not just. I think one should be given that freedom as well. By the selectors. I'm sure the selectors. You've been a selector at the very senior level. You would have done those 25-30 list of probables, isn't it? I think that's where I think you need to see. Okay, probably a Shikhar Dhawan needed a bit of rest because he had played 4 test matches and maybe a few others as well, like a KL Rahul.
Right.
So I think you could have. That's when I think probably you could have tried out a few other people like a Krunal Pandya or
Prithvi Shah as well. Prithvi Shah has been doing so well. He's been performing every match, scoring 100. Like look at the Vijay Hazare Trophy. The way he started, I think he's doing so well, So he would have go and play Asia Cup. What is Asia Cup, for me? For me, his World Cup is important.
So that means go and play, living the moment. But Sanjeev, talking about the Bangladesh side as well, they could be party spoilers as well. They are not the team of the past anymore.
Well,
no, not at all.
They're certainly not the team of the past. And the fact is that a number of times the average Indian fan makes a big mistake in saying that the only rivalry in world cricket as far as India is concerned is India and Pakistan. I don't believe that. We've seen the Indian-Pakistan rivalries perhaps watered down a lot. The India-Bangladesh rivalry, if we could call that, starting from 2015 with that infamous no ball, and then the last ball victory for India.
Controversy, right?
It's a pretty spicy rivalry, and Bangladesh always, it seems that whenever we look at social media, the Bangladeshi fans are always waiting for the team to put one across India.
Because everybody wants to perform well against India, like especially the Asian teams, when you play Sri Lanka or Bangladesh, they play with passion against India. So nothing wrong, and it's good. And it peps up the Indian team as well. I think they also play very quality cricket. And Bangladesh, definitely, whenever you look at the track record, Bangladesh has done very well. They have come very close all the time, and they have lost the game. It's like भाई मुंह में लड्डू आ रहा है पर लड्डू छीन गया है, हमेशा मुंह खुला रहेगा उनका.
Yeah, and also Bangladesh plays a lot of shorter format cricket in their country.
Yeah.
It's only T20s that goes around, and also probably the one day. So they're very, very good in the shorter format, and they bring in a lot of experience playing in those shorter formats. And one of the reasons why they could push any team down to the wire. So in that sense, it's not going to be a sort of walkover for sort of India. So they need to really work hard. We have seen Bangladesh really taking, pushing the Indian team, especially in the last, say, about 3-4 years. So it's going to be quite tough. But then, obviously, even Bangladesh are going through some injury issues actually within the team. So their top batsman, that's Tamim, is out of the
I think there are
Asia
two
Cup.
players are going to come back today. I think
Mushfiqur is going to come back.
Yeah.
Fizz, as in
Fizz is
Mustafizur, is going to come
So two
back.
guys are
And
going to come back, so-
perhaps that will help them because,
Yeah, of
like
course.
India, they are also playing back-to-back games, and they were
Back-to-back
badly mauled by Afghanistan last night.
Exactly.
So I think definitely they must be down actually. And what Venki said, they've been cribbing a lot. They should not crib, just focus on cricket. You're going to get conditions like this, and you have to travel and play. It happens, When they come to IPL, they all travel and play.
Maybe they don't want to leave. They don't want to leave their hotel. They've got used to the hotel. Like the Indian team has this hotel in Dubai, so they also wanted to stay in their hotel in Abu Dhabi and go to the ground. They don't want to, do this.
just 1
Come
hour
on,
drive.
be a sport.
It's
Come on,
just
be a
one
sport.
I think Bangladesh, Hong Kong, Afghanistan, they should be just looking to play tournaments and matches day in and day out. You have your issues sorted out back home, have your 25 players, 30 players, or whatever it is, and if somebody gets injured, replace them, and they should look forward for these matches instead of just complaining about traveling and playing and those hot conditions. What's the condition in Bangladesh? It is hot and humid.
Absolutely.
It's
So
not cool
learning
in
from
any way.
every
So
game.
why are they complaining about?
It's like traveling.
What
from
are they
Ba-
complaining about?
It's like traveling from Bandra to Churchgate,
So during the course of the entire game, do we see any point where they can exert pressure on Indians if they take off early wickets?
Yeah, of course. And any time, any player, any team which takes wickets, I think the pressure on the batting team. But definitely, way India played those two matches, I think against Hong Kong, definitely we had a good start, but we didn't finish well. I think we could have scored 300 plus against Hong Kong, and then against Pakistan, we ticked all the boxes correct. We batted well, fielded well. Superb. It was class bowling. So I think we played overall fantastic cricket. We need to continue that. Don't give chances to anyone. When you lose one match, and it's always a panic button. You already have 3 replacement now in the team. Jadeja is coming, Sid is coming, back. So they all are fresh also, and they're all playing domestic cricket here. So Siddharth Kaul has taken wickets here. Jadeja has done well. So he's going back, and they'll be useful on these pitches.
So do you think, Kiran, do you think MS Dhoni might come up the order since he has not got much of batting?
And though I think he
batting
should get time
practice,
to
isn't
stay
it? Yeah.
there actually, to settle down, probably
See,
rise
first
the
game he
ladder.
played at number 6 and he didn't get any runs, and second game he didn't get to bat at all.
I
So do you
don't
think
think
there might be some changes?
I don't think so. Unless it is we are just 260 for 2 or something like that, MS Dhoni might come. But I don't think he'll come for batting. I think that number is fixed now. That is going to till the World Cup.
Well, one doesn't know whether Dhoni comes up or not, but it looks like more of a possibility that Ravindra Jadeja might be playing this game, and if that happens, perhaps this will be a first for India. We'll possibly have 4 spinners. We will have Kuldeep Chahal, the Kulcha Jodi as we call it. We have Kedar Jadhav, and we have Ravindra Jadeja. So basically, we'll also now be following the Afghanistan model. We'll have not 1, 2 or 3, we'll have 4 spinners. But spin has been dominating to more than just a certain extent this entire tournament. So that makes it more important for the Indian opener, especially a Shikhar Dhawan and a Rohit Sharma, to get going and do the maximum damage of the new ball.
Yes, of course. Yeah, you never know. There might be spin, being used right up in the in the beginning of the innings itself by the opposition. Who knows? Yes. To a large extent, of course, they will look to get as many runs as possible with the new ball, because bulk of the bowling is being done by the spinners in this tournament. I mean, if you see, so in that sense, yeah, they would like to take that advantage of the new ball, the new cherry. You know, when it's sort of coming onto the bat a little bit better than the spinners. You know, and of course there is no swing whatsoever in these conditions. So it comes onto the bat, and it's good to play their. I mean, they're stroke makers. So they like the ball to come onto them so that they can play their shots. So that's what I feel they would be looking to, and probably cash in on those first 10 overs.
Right. And if I feel that I would rest Bhuvi or Bumrah, you know, like that, because Bhuvi has also just started off. He's coming out of injury. He's already played 2 matches, you know. So I feel like Bhuvi also needs a break, or Bumrah, because Bumrah is going to come and play Test match also. Bhuvi is also going to come and play Test match.
And then again they'll be coming up against Pakistan.
So Pakistan again, 2 more games to go after this as well, you know. So I think one of the fast bowlers should be rested. You know, spinners we can bowl 10 overs. It's not a problem.
But Bhuvi has not played.
Yeah,
Bhuvi has not played any cricket. So when somebody is injured,
what Sanjay is already he has played 2 games. The conditions are so hot. So I would like to look after him. You know, 2 games, you can play another 2 games. Take rest now, play two more games, come fresh and play 2 more games. You know?
See, as a fast bowler, if I'm injured and coming back into the side and playing matches after, say, about a gap of a month or 45 days or whatever it is, you know, we saw Bhuvi, in this case we saw Bhuvi, of course, not up to his mark actually in the first game, and second game he bowled brilliantly. So when you're doing well, it's you know, you would like to play.
You're in sort of a flow.
You're getting in the rhythm.
Again, that injury is not a small injury, so you have to take care. If it is a small spasm, it's all right. But he was out for a long, you know, so you have to just. You come and bowl. It's always, you know, like when you played against.
No, but it's interesting because Kiran, the proposition you're talking about. So if you rest Bhuvi or Bhuvi, who do you bring in? Siddharth Kaul comes. Okay, and Jadeja comes in for Hardik Pandya. The rest of the team remains the same. Conversely, some might say,
and Khalil is there. Khalil can come.
Khalil can come in. Yeah. And conversely, the other logic which the team management possibly could look at, we don't know what logic they look at these days, but possibly they could look at is the first 2 games might as well not put our foot off the pedal. We play to our full strength. We get these 2 victories against Bangladesh and Pakistan. Possibly then give a break to.
Yeah, possible.
So that means bowling lineup
after the 2 games you can just play whoever you want and try them out, you know. And then you play the finals, you know, if you're qualified for the finals.
But all in all, none of the games can be taken on the light.
No. Nobody likes to lose. Nobody likes to lose.
Absolutely.
You know, all these guys are there.
Yeah.
They are all good enough to win matches. It's not that only you depend on Rohit Sharma or you depend on somebody else. You know, if DK keeps wickets tomorrow, he's going to bat well. You know,
every person.
They all are good players. You know,
look, the top 4 teams in this tournament has come into the Super 4s. There's no doubt about it. Sri Lanka and Hong Kong, they have lost both the games, and they are clearly beaten by the teams, the other 4 teams that is qualified in the Super 4s. And I think the best 4 teams are playing the Super 4s. So each and every team are crucial, are important. So I think it's the Indian team, I'm sure, will be looking to.
मतलब हर खिलाड़ी का अहम रोल है, खासतौर से जब हम ओपनर्स की बात, आपने रोहित की बात की, रोहित of the form, so team can actually rely on the openers today.
नहीं, हमेशा स्टार्ट अच्छा मिलता है, हमेशा तो आपका पूरा टोटल एंड में अच्छा होता है. आपको स्टार्ट अच्छा नहीं होता है तो फिर आपके विकेट बीच में ओवर्स खाए जाते हैं, तो ओवर्स बीच में निकल जाते हैं तो प्रेशर लास्ट आखिर में आता है. तो आखिर में 10 ओवर में आप अच्छा फिनिश करते हैं तो टोटल अच्छा बनता है. तो उसके लिए आपको शुरुआत अच्छी होनी. एक ने 70-80 तो बनाने हैं.
बिल्कुल.
जब 70-80 बनाता है, कोई शतक बनाता है, तो टीम का टोटल 285-300 हो सकता है.
Yesterday we saw when Bangladesh was bowling initially against Afghanistan. After 41 overs, Afghanistan 180 odd for 7. We thought they would wrap up by 200-210. And then suddenly Rashid Khan comes and plays a blinder of a knock. Yes, but very, very poor bowling there from the Bangladesh bowlers, including Mushraf Mortaza. They need to be careful about not repeating the same against Indian batting today.
Yeah, there would be. Definitely they would have addressed those issues in terms of where they have gone wrong and what they should be looking to do. and of course the conditions are pretty much the same, whether it's Abu Dhabi or in Dubai. The pitches are pretty much the same, which is going to be helpful for the spinners, and also the fast bowlers taking off the pace, bowling those cutters and change of pace and so on. I think they need to be intelligent in terms of using those deliveries, executing those variations, and having those field placements accordingly. Yeah.
I think the captainship was very poor yesterday. I think the captain was all over Bangladesh. The fielding position was very poor. I think you need to have a right place, right person in the right place, and what bowlers needs, that should be given. Yesterday, what I saw, I think where Rashid Khan was playing those shots, and there was no fielders at all. And the way they bowled also, it was very poor.
So I think, as I said, no excuses granted, and it's that day, no matter it's the conditions or the traveling or the team combination. So I think we should say it's a game for that day, how you play.
Absolutely.
So
सरकार की कोशिश घर घर हो डीडी फ्री डिश। मनोरंजन की दुनिया में धमाल बिना किसी मासिक भुगतान के बिल्कुल फ्री। फैमिली एंटरटेनमेंट का कंप्लीट पैकेज जिसमें है 80 टीवी चैनल्स, न्यूज व्यूज, सीरियल्स, म्यूजिक, फिल्म्स, स्पोर्ट्स के साथ साथ मौजूद हैं 40 रेडियो चैनल्स। डीडी फ्री डिश आपके